Hi Libra, welcome to the Power of Three and me. My name's Amber. If this is your first time here, but it probably isn't. Um, and for those of you that it isn't your first time here, you know that this is your finale reading for generals for your sign only. So starting next year, um, I'm going to be doing general monthly readings for the elements. So you will be with your two counterpoints, Aquarius and Gemini. So Libra, look for that next month, starting next year, next month. So it's the finale of the year. It's the finale for that here at the Power of Three. I have love affirmations here for you. And the word from the Holy Spirit, which is here, which was promised months ago. How that will be or whether there will be a word next year, I don't know about that either. So I think that's it. So Libra, let's get started with your word. December 2025. Excuse me. Libra, make me the focal point of your search for security. In your private thoughts, you are still trying to order your world so that it is predictable and feels safe. Not only is this an impossible goal, but it is also counterproductive to spiritual growth. When your private world feels unsteady and you grip my hand for support, you are living in conscious dependence on me. Instead of yearning for a problem free life, rejoice that trouble can highlight your awareness of my presence. In the darkness of adversity, you are able to see more clearly the radiance of my face. Accept the value of problems in this life, considering them pure joy. Remember that you have an eternity of trouble free living awaiting you in heaven. Well, Libra, unfortunately, there's a lot more to that heaven story than meets the eye, and I hope that you are well on your way to searching the actual truth that Yeshua came here to give us. But be that as it may, that can only happen if you are awakened to who you really are and the fact that Yeshua is with you. So I'm not, you know, I don't know where you're at in that, but I think it's going to come out. I do. So let's see where this goes. December 2025 for the sign of Libra. See what the Holy Spirit has to say to start this and end it at the same time. Judge not that you be not judged. Okay. For the overall energy, we are using the Blessed Be Oracle, getting you a blessing. So pretty much going to tell us where this judgment, judge or judged energy is referring to. For Libra, please, overall energy, what blessing do they need for their finale reading? Oh, like I told all the other signs, but I just got nudged that I forgot to tell you. The reason that this is happening, if you haven't been listening to me complain about the numbers, and how bad they've been, they were doing good and then just hit the dirt. So the way I'm doing it, you're still getting a general monthly reading, but it's only, you know, four upsets. You know what I mean? I've been saying it differently, but um I just it's a lot of effort to go to for two or three views. So um this way it's just, I'm still getting you the event messages, but it's less effort on my part, I guess, for that. And then where the other readings that I'll do after that will just be collective readings for everybody, whatever comes up. So your blessing for a mother, a blessing for a mother. Well, that kind of explains the judgment energy, doesn't it? Libra, you might be going off the track of what you were raised to believe, is what I'm getting here now. And I think what this judgment thing means from the Holy Spirit is that as you walk that path with Yeshua, that personal relationship, you're walking further and further away from religious rules and so on and so forth because things ain't jiving and making sense anymore. So the farther you get away from, the rules and regulations, you're being judged. So it's hard to not judge back. And I think that that's kind of what you're trying to do is to stay elevated above it because once the truth does kick in, then it kind of all makes sense and you really kind of have to just remind yourself that these people are very misled and are so indoctrinated that the truth is literally dripped like right there and they're just too afraid to explore it. So let's see what comes out from the moon manifestation to support this for Libra, December 2025. You got first quarter moon in Libra. I like that. Keep your heart open. Yeah, as you're being judged. Because, as you melt further and further into the truth, which you can see very well you are in with those, you see, do you see? You're not on the dark side of the moon anymore. It's easier, it'll be easier and easier not to, you're going to get to maybe where I'm at. And I'm a Libra moon and rising. So when you get to the point where you're at a standoff with your mother, for instance, because she's saying, this isn't what you're taught, this isn't, you have to get to a point of keeping your heart open, remaining to still be just as loving and understanding now that there is a huge barrier there in belief. But let's agree to disagree because what is most important are not those religious rules, but love. So, um, we're using for the main spread the Shadowscapes Tarot. Sign of Libra for the highest good queens. What do they need to know? Queen of Swords. Lovely air energy. It's more about Aquarius energy, but still nonetheless your sister energy, which you probably are. You might have Aquarius as well as me in your chart, just a lot of air. I'm all air for heaven's sake. So the Queen of Swords is going to accept nothing but the truth. And if you try and tell the Queen of Swords something that makes absolutely no sense, she's going to she's going to seek out that truth and stand strong in that truth once she finds it. I don't know why that got louder by itself, but anyway, let's keep going for Libra. The Swords. It's very difficult, okay? Some conversations and worries about said conversations that might arise, things where you have to bite your tongue. I feel like you might be betraying yourself by not, you know, not always speaking what you feel because it's just going to be, it's not even going to be respected, really. So it's better to just agree to disagree. That's really what I feel like with this Nine of Swords. It's not worth um, the hubla really about it. See, Ten of Swords, Ten of Swords. You've got Queen of Swords, Nine of Swords, and the Ten of Swords because you fear an end. You fear that if you push it, with this with your mother. And I mean, let's face it, moms are important. So what do you do in that scenario? Do you not talk to your mother anymore because you don't believe what you were taught to believe by her, even though she judges and ridicules you for it? Or do you come to a higher consciousness and just understand that you once being misled and are no longer, she is misled. So you have to remain higher than that and show love and compassion anyway and agree to disagree. Bottom of the deck, yeah. The sun. I mean, this is general, so getting into those intimate thoughts and this, I mean, this is a lot of, this is, wow. It's painful and it's disturbing because the truth is. And then it's even more disturbing when somebody that you love and adore that does love you and adore you, but yet you can be like on different sides of the moon, basically, that far apart, and still trying to keep an open heart with your supporting energy. So we're clarifying for you, Libra, with the Heaven and Earth Tarot, and then we'll get your love affirmations, your advice. For Libra, please clarify why this Queen of Swords is here. Very much Aquarius energy here, healing. You see, you've got to heal yourself. The Queen of Swords just wants things right, lined up, makes sense, please. If it doesn't feel right to a Queen of Swords, it's absolutely not right. There's nothing about a Queen of Swords or a Libra's intuition, I mean, and instincts that has ever lied to them. So the star, like this Queen of Swords, is looking for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and she will accept nothing less. Nine of Swords. But that Nine of Swords here, this energy, what they're saying is this anxiety here and the betrayal might be what you're being judged on because they're saying you can't question God, you can't do this, you can't do that, and that's why you're being judged. And your mother might be having huge anxiety that God's going to punish you, blah 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 blah, right? Two of Pentacles here is harmonious change under the Nine of Swords. That's what's causing the anxiety for both of you, but for different reasons, um, because you're changing. Things are changing. The energy has shifted heavily because once you see the truth, once you know the truth, you can't unknow it. You can't unsee it. You can't why would anybody want to take away the security of something absolutely settling in properly, aligning with your intuition and who you really are inside, what really does truly run you, because it makes sense. It's the truth. It makes you feel whole. This feels like it got louder again. I don't get it. I don't get it. Uh, two. Oh, you know what? I'm half blind here, I feel like. This last card, I don't know why it looked like the 10. It's the Two of Swords. But anyway, still, it's a decision that, like, it's a decision that kind of is made for you your whole life. It's Two of Swords. It's funny because there's a heart hanging here on the tree. I just feel like this is what you're shown. It's like the religion is like dangled. Like, this is what you're supposed to feel. This is what you're supposed to think. This is what you're supposed to believe. And don't you dare question it. but we've got a hooded person there with the Two of Swords saying that just doesn't jive with me. I'd rather leave that heart up there on that tree and just find what makes my heart feel like it's right because this isn't. That's what actually came out. Why did I think it was the 10? It'd still be, I guess, but you can't decide until you've got all the information. And religion decides for you. They tell you this. And you're like, and I know for me, a lot of things were like, but it's just simple common sense questions. That's the thing. Like it's not complicated by any means, but in order to mislead people, in order to keep them suppressed, in order to keep them away from the truth, you got to go to an awful lot of trouble. When meanwhile, it's right there, just as simple as anything. Knight of Swords. Wow, there's a lot of swords here. This is coming in under the 2. This could be your mother's energy, the religious energy coming after you with a vengeance. How dare you? How dare you question and try and decide something else for yourself? How dare you? Why don't we do this? Because you see how you're just kind of standing there trying to decide whether you want to accept that heart there hanging there or not, you know? It's very small, but you got somebody coming up on your back there that's gonna tell you you pretty much have to, or make you feel like you do. Of course, they're gonna tell you you got a choice, but then make you feel like you don't, because if you make the wrong choice, it'll be or else kind of thing. Um, yeah. Bottom of this deck, we've got the Seven of Wands, which is violence. In this, no, it's not. I need new glasses, man. It's funny writing too, but I think it's valor. Like defending yourself, standing up for yourself. We all know that's what the Seven of Wands means. People coming after you. All those wands are coming after you. You got one wand saying, hey, back up, step back, back off. This is my ground, and I've decided that I don't accept those wands. I don't accept that little dangly heart on the branch. I don't want that. 3 of Cups behind that. Love affirmations. Let's see what comes out for Libra. Blessing for a mother with keep your heart open. Your open-mindedness benefits many. Keep an open heart and an open mind. Because you might know deep down that like even though you figured out things, you understand that something's just not right here. But your mother might not ever, 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 ever. You might not ever. I'm not. I should never say never, but I'm just saying you are maybe accepting the fact that that will never change. Not in this lifetime, anyway. Okay, the Star card under the Queen of Swords, please. Love affirmation for Libra. Be true to yourself. See. Oh, light, 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 stop. Be true to yourself. Basically, like I said a minute ago, once you know the truth, once you see the truth, once the truth reveals itself to you, you can't unsee it, you can't unknow it. So you have to stand strong in this Two of Swords, even though I mistakenly called it the 10. Again, I think they're related in the sense that it's probably a little more less of an accident and more of a letting you know that the decision that you're making is, making it seem like a big betrayal, which is the 10 of Swords. So for the Two of Pentacles under the 9, Do what you know to be right. What else can I say here? Do what you know to be right. You can't unknow the truth once you see it, once you find it. Whether your mother, which that might be in the closest bond you've ever had in your life. For most of us, it is, unless with your own kids, right? But even they make their own decisions when they grow up. So you can't decide these things. You can't show them the truth. They have to find it on their own. And they can't find it if they're not questioning it, if they're not seeking it. And why did you? Well, same reason as me. I don't know. It's just who we are. So maybe we're put here for that reason, so that we can possibly put that question out there to these people that just are sheep. Love affirmation for the Knight of Swords under the two. You got, believe in yourself. You are a good person. Right. So when somebody's judge not, that you be not judged, right? And when it's by your own mom, it makes it even more difficult. No, we don't give a crap about what Joe Blow says down the street, but you do kind of care what your mom thinks, and uh, don't let her make you feel that you're a bad person because you questioned something that she has followed religiously her entire life and has tried to teach you to. But there's just things that certain people, if they've got half an eyelid open, they're like, huh? What? Like, like one and one does have to add up to two. And if it doesn't, then you're like, well, it doesn't add up. But don't, it's just not who you are as a Libra. So we're going to get your advice now from the power of three. Advice for Libra, please. December 2025. A blessing for a mother. Keep your heart open. Rock bottom, which you will probably hit with her. Your relationship has hit rock bottom, and now it's like, you might have even, maybe you're in a spell right now where, like, I mean, a spell in a period of time, uh, where you haven't maybe talked to or seen your mother, and the holidays are approaching, and you're trying to keep an open heart and an open heart, open mind about the future. So, star under the Queen of Swords, is there another chance for me? See? Like, it's like, in this instance, it's like two of swords. You got the number 22, and I'm just being pulled back to this two of swords. It's, probably neither one of you know what to do right now. You're possibly at a standstill. Um, can we find a common ground that we can still be mother and child and agree to disagree kind of thing? Um, and just focus on the love between the mother and child, and not let religious rules dictate a relationship falling apart, perhaps. Um, okay, two flipped with this two of pentacles under the nine of swords. You see, which nine of swords is what? It's like when you're stressing out, right? Anxiety, can't sleep. You know how you go to bed and something's bugging you so bad you can't sleep. Your mind's racing. That's the nine of swords. What you're worried about, again, leave that to you. But dreams I can't forget. They might be having nightmares and stress because they're worried for you, or they're just upset that you guys aren't talking right now. If I can't have you, I don't want nobody, baby. Exactly, because you're their child. You can't be replaced, and neither can they. It's a very special bond. Uh, the Knight of Swords under the two. black magic. You know, really, you got to kind of look at it like uh, when religions will say, right? They do have their like, like keeping the truth away from you, okay? Whether it's taking information out of literature, right? So that you only read the words they want you to read, as an example. That is a form of black magic. It's purposeful to keep you sleepy, to keep you in line. And, I'm talking about from the beginning of time. So, um, yeah, wow. Uh, Definitely something that I can relate to, Libra. So, no, you're not alone. Now I've told everybody I wanted to use the E deck to close out these generals because it's at the end of them. So that's the one deck you need the book for. And I can't find the book here to save myself. It's in here somewhere. I couldn't spend any more time looking for it, so we're using the power of love to close out for you. But it just, I, I don't know. We'll eventually have hopefully time to really sit and tear things apart to try and find that book. But the only thing I could think of is it got put in another box. But no. Anyway, so this is the deck we're using to close out, and you got creativity. You love to devise new ideas, innovations, and forms of illumination. Of course you do. Of course you do. That's what got you on the path that you're on to begin with, and a very, very close walk with our precious Yeshua that only came with the truth. You are him, he is you. And we know that he is the Almighty. From the Almighty, the true source that's just pure love. And that's where your soul's from. And it's been trapped in this body and lied to. So now you have to make your way as that light, that Libra light in this world, and try and awaken people that are looking to answer those questions and still love the people that are very close to you that do not and judge you heavily. Finding that common ground and defending yourself, and kind of keeping things in the, keeping what sunlight is disinfecting. It's where you can illuminate things and see everything, right? Illumination, illumination. The last word in your closing message, illumination, the sun, keeping the sun on life itself and the actual truth. So Libra, where did this come from right here? I'm gonna leave it there. And don't forget to look for your general monthly reading as an element reading. And I hope that you have a Merry Christmas and a happy holiday season. Take care of yourself, Libra. Till I see you again. Bye for now.